Well, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to have any video. It'll probably be a couple more weeks until I get my main computer back.
That's all right.
That's
You're
totally
here.
fine.
Oh, got a new chair. It's amazing.
Yeah, let's see it. Oh,
That was bad.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was.
Holding the key firmly in my hands. I'm looking forward, I know where I stand. And this is it, I have nothing to lose. Now is the right time, I'm making my move. On the high now. You can't bring me down. On the high now. You can't bring me down.
I don't remember why this is here. Yes, I do. Never mind.
That's a great start to the episode, everybody.
That's what we're going to talk about. Why Larry's here. Oh,
We are live, everybody, just so you know.
all right, everybody.
There's a
welcome.
bottle of lube on my desk, but I haven't gotten to plug it in weeks.
All right. Welcome to another episode of World 1-1 podcast. I have killed Larry and absorbed his power. Since it's like Highlander.
The only one.
There can only be one. Yeah. Well, Larry's here tonight, but we're just all we're changing it up. So,
Oh shit.
yeah. So let's just get right into it, I guess. Before we go into oh my god video games, let's just talk about where you can find us. Find us on Twitch, our Twitch channel, which we broadcast live on, which unfortunately for everybody on there. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We're on Spotify and on our home on Podbean. Is that it?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, I
the
think that's it.
world11.podbean.com, all spelled out, all one word.
All one word. Yep. So yeah, just search World 1-1, you'll find it.
We're there.
so-
We're around.
Yep. So let's go into
Oh my gosh!
Video games.
since Dylan is actually here today. Dylan, what the heck have you been playing?
Been playing, getting back into some Into the Breach, and I've been playing some Anthem. And me and Brooke, my wife, we're gonna start Thimbleweed Park here
Oh yeah,
next
that's-
week.
That's free on the Epic Game Store right now.
Yeah, that's why I'll be starting it.
Yeah, anybody listening should grab the shit out of that right now.
yeah. Grab that game. It's a good one.
It's
Back to like
fucking
point and click adventure, kind of like throwback right back to it. Is that it, Dylan?
Yeah, that's all I've been playing. I mean, obviously, like I've been playing Madden, which is
Oh
it's
yeah,
nothing.
yeah. Your
yeah.
go-to. Your
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So how are you liking Anthem?
Quite a bit actually. Like I said, I know it's like getting review bombed, and there's probably good reason for it.
Yeah.
But personally, like I'm having like a ton of fun playing it. Like it's a fun game to like chill with your friends in. The flying of the game is dope.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I know.
Um,
I like the gunplay.
yeah, the gunplay is really
Yep.
solid too.
All right, Kathy, what are you playing?
So no surprise, Fortnite, of course. We're coming to the end of season 7. Season 8 starts tomorrow in the morning, so I am excited for that because it looks like it's going to be a pirate themed season. So it'll be interesting to see what they do.
So is everyone going to be playing pirated copies?
God damn it, your puns.
Of a free software.
Anyhow, well, the Epic did something unusual though, which I think was in response to Apex Legends. They had a list of challenges that they brought out for. They were called the Overtime Challenges, and if you completed 13 of them, you got a free battle pass for season 8. Which,
Ooh, okay.
and that's about a $10 battle pass each season. So that, well, I'm sure we'll talk about it maybe in the back half, because I know we had some of that news going on their earnings. But that's going to be interesting to see if that affects any of their earnings this upcoming this month, since it drops tomorrow at the end of the month. But they did introduce hoverboards, so now everybody gets to relive their skateboarding love back and just skateboard all over the map, which is actually a lot of fun, but definitely not easy to shoot.
You can relive your Back
Tony
to the
Hawk
Future
days.
Back
Well,
to the Future
Back to the
fantasies.
Future, Tony Hawk, whatever it was.
Jet Grind Radio?
Yeah.
So
Jet Set Radio. Yeah, Jet Grind Radio.
So I've been playing that. Been playing Apex Legends. I suck at first-person shooters, and I have been told this many times by my teammates because they all say, "You're a fucking moron. You're a fucking loser." No, not you suck. You are fucking useless. You fucking bitch.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Some of them have been real nice. They've been like, "Hey, it's all right. Just keep trying." But I've had some really nice. That's why I don't stream it as much.
That's pretty
It
hard.
sounds like you've been playing with the coach from Letterkenny. Just walk into the locker room, kick the trash can. Fuck dog!
You guys look like a bunch of retards
Embarrassing.
humping a doorknob out there. What's going on?
I'm surprised that hasn't been said to me. Hey, I've got more I have more wins earlier in the Apex Legends than I did in Fortnite. It took me about 2 months. So, and I've gotten the final elimination in those games, which again kind of surprised my team. But they're like, "Fuck, you were fucking useless until you fucking destroyed that guy." And I'm like, "Well, at least we won." They're like, "Yeah, you fucking bitch." I'm like, "Okay, bye."
Wow.
But it is a fun game. I wish they had a solo mode.
Right.
That is how I learned with Fortnite, with solo modes or like team rumbles, where
Something
it's
to practice
fun.
on.
Just something to get used to the controls and get used to just how the mechanics work with the guns. If I could do that, that would be perfect. And
So
it's in an actual game. I can't do it in their practice. They have a training, but you're shooting at targets that don't move, and you're not under pressure. So, but you had a question?
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you think it is with first-person shooters? What's so different between that and a third-person shooter for you?
I think it's just the different guns, and I just think I've always found it easier. Like when I played Skyrim, playing first person, I had a lot harder of a time aiming than I did with the third person. I think it's just having that person on the screen helps with trying to aim. So it's like I feel like I don't know, the way the reticule is, I guess, is a little different. It's a little offset.
Right.
Maybe it's just the way my eyes are. I know when I shoot a real gun, I have to close my one eye. And I know that's what I've been told not to, because I actually have double vision. So everything splits. So I think that's part of the problem. Maybe if I, put an eye patch on, I might be better.
Well, you can
then
try.
You're ready
you can
for
try,
season 8, aren't you?
Yeah, you're ready for season 8 of Fortnite. There you go.
So I think it's being in that first person. It's like me actually shooting a real gun is, I always have to close my left eye. Otherwise, the target, I'm way off. Because it splits into like multiple targets, and it's only 2, so I can't aim for the one in the center because there is no center. It's either my right or my left. so I really think that's where my problem is. I had that problem in Metroid. I can't play the Metroid Prime games without that lock on, because I have to be able to lock on a target.
Well,
I tried to do it without
kind of there by default. You almost
but I tried to do it without it, and it couldn't hit anything.
Well, you're not supposed to do it without it either.
No.
True, but I was trying to step up my game back when I thought I was a good player. Plus, it was a chance to try first-person shooter without buying Halo, because I didn't have the system for Halo.
Right.
But
Like, the only one that would be reasonable to even try and play without lock-on would be Corruption.
Probably.
Just because I tried it doesn't mean anyhow. But yeah, so I think that's what my issue is. It's just the fact that I have poor eyesight. I also played Tetris 99, which
Ooh, nice.
that's fun.
It
It
is
brings
fun.
back. I'm just. The thing is, the best I've done is 10th place.
Now,
So-
do you realize you can switch at the top what you're
Mhm.
doing? Like, yeah, okay. I don't think a lot of people realize that you can
Oh, yeah.
actually like target people, or how you target people.
Yes. Nope.
Yeah.
I usually go after those who are attacking me though. So I
Right.
keep it on that.
Right. That's what I did. Too.
But no, the problem
got-
is I like the hard drop, but our pro controllers, I have a tendency to hit the hard drop as I'm sliding my hand over, so I have to use the smaller the
Yeah.
actual Joy-Con,
Right.
and I have a hard time controlling with the Joy-Cons. So I'm not as comfortable with them as I would like to be with the pro controller, and I'd rather use the pro controller, but I can't tell you how many times I've messed up my drops because I keep hitting the up button. I could turn it off, but what's the point? I mean, I like having the hard drop so I can get, move pieces quicker. So
Now, did you see that there's a issue with some of the pro controllers that they're not registering the button presses correctly,
that might be what I'm
and
No,
there's
see-
Nintendo's replacing them,
Hmm.
even if they're out of warranty.
See, I've never had an issue with any game but this, and I know
Right.
what's happening is I'm hitting the button because I'm keeping my thumb like I used to on a directional pad. I'm actually hitting the up button by mistake, so I know what I'm
Oh,
doing.
okay,
Like,
okay.
It's just the way I'm holding the buttons.
Okay.
So,
All right.
did finish Hollow Knight. Did beat it without completing everything. Now I'm back to playing it, and I'm in the White Palace, which is a frickin' bitch.
Fuck that
So-
place.
Yeah, that's
so-
probably the only part of the game I almost rage quit myself. So.
But I am on stream testing something out, so I went back and I started playing it again. Because I think I have a YouTube channel that I might do like a playthrough without commentary. So I just played the game without talking during it, and and I played a little bit of Dragalia Lost.
Oh, good.
I
Okay.
got back into that. I played it.
All
So
right.
you got to play a half hour.
I know.
I played a
know.
half hour, so play
Okay.
a half hour.
I said I would get back into it once you got into it. Yeah, I'll have to play.
You only have to play a half hour. That's it.
And that reminds me too, I could have played that totally today. The only day I didn't bring my Switch to work, and we were waiting around.
That's why I've got so many games, because that's what my whole
Yeah.
job is just sitting around waiting. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, play some games. Although I probably shouldn't say that because they probably wouldn't like that.
Right. Right.
All
All right, Larry. What are you playing?
Right now, I am literally playing Dots on my phone.
Love
because
it.
it's as close as I can get to playing Tetris 99. Because fuck everything. I tried to actually play some Tetris 99, and all I got was, your connection's been lost. Fuck off. Thanks.
I don't
so-
think Nintendo would use the F word.
Well, no, it's just
He's
what
hacked.
it
Got hacked.
said. Right. I'm playing a pirated version of Tetris 99.
A free game.
They've changed some things, clearly. So, but yeah,
Wah, wah.
I've basically the last couple weeks I've basically been playing. None of my time actually belongs to me, so yeah.
So that's where we're at.
Pretty much. My involvement in video games in the last several weeks has just kind of been watching the news from afar, going, "Oh, that looks fun. I'd probably like that."
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we've all had those, I think. It's sad. So, okay, so for me, I have been playing quite a bit of a little of everything. I've been playing Hollow Knight because
That's where all my free time went. You stole it, asshole.
yeah, probably. I mean,
Sick.
I got a lot of free time to play games. I'm playing Hollow Knight. I actually started over Hollow Knight because a friend of mine started it, and he was telling me all this stuff, and I just couldn't really remember where it was, where he was. So I'm like, I'm gonna start over so I could just kind of be where he is. But now he's way ahead of me. So
so
I
where
gotta-
are you at?
honestly, I just opened up Green Path, and I'm just playing. I'm just a Hornet for the first time again.
That's where I ended up. So yeah, I'm right where you're at.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. But So then I did play some more Mario Kart, playing Tetris 99. My highest on that, I think, is about 10th place. And that was like lucky 10, because I mean I'm not very good at Tetris. I'm more of a leisurely Tetris player, so this is kind of interesting for me to play, and I'm starting to get better, but it's taken a while.
So what you're saying is you're one of them dirty, filthy casuals.
Yes, on Tetris especially, because I mean I remember, I mean that was the game I had for Game Boy, because it came with it. I mean that's the only one I had for probably 6 months, 7 months, you know, when it first came out.
I miss the NES version. That was the best.
Well, the NES version, I have that one too, but I'm talking about the Game Boy one.
You're wrong though. The DS version was the best.
Nope.
I had a version that had like a little explorer dude that climbed on top of it.
Yeah.
And I loved that one. I don't remember what it was,
I
but
had
like
that
it
on
was
PlayStation
really cool.
1.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was like it was the best because
PlayStation.
like you could go like each level had different themes and
Yeah.
it was dope.
It's a fucking good one too. But I still stand by Tetris DS is the best Tetris.
That
you're
one will
wrong.
always be my favorite. My mom used to whoop my ass at it.
It's how you learn.
Yeah.
You get good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then for my, I kind of went back to my Xbox a little bit. I played this game called Late Shift again. Like it's that full motion video type of game. It's like a throwback game to the 90s, but
Yeah.
it's
Like
about an
Hollow
hour,
Knight Trap.
kind of. But it's like, it just takes about an hour for a playthrough. There's seven different endings. I have like 3 of them unlocked or whatever. So I was just like, oh, I'll go through here and play when I have like an hour. So I play that. And I've been playing a lot of Anthem too. I really, really enjoy that game. Like Dylan said, it's getting review bombed, but I see what the reviewers are saying, but I don't understand what they thought it was going to be. I mean, it's basically a minimum viable product right now.
Right.
And they're adding stuff to it, and they have a roadmap, which they've shown.
Like I understand why people are mad, I guess, because like it took 6 years to get out a game that obviously needed
I mean,
more content. And like at E3 they showed like, you know, the Striders and all this
Right.
stuff moving,
Right.
and that's not there. You know, but the game's still like it's just there's nothing really like it right now.
it's super pretty. Like on my Xbox One X, it's super pretty.
Yeah,
like
on my PC it's beautiful.
Yeah, I know on like PC and stuff I've seen gameplay. It's just a gorgeous game to play. It's awesome to fly around. It's got great gunplay. The loot and stuff. I don't really dive too much into that anyway. So I'm just like, whatever I get, I play with. I'm doing the story with a friend and a couple other friends, and just, when you can. It is kind of interesting how you have to almost be online for everything. You can select private group, but
Right.
then some of the missions must be almost impossible to do by yourself, I would think.
Mhm.
That you need another person. or
Well,
two
some of
other
them like you can't do strongholds without
Without-
being a
right.
public, like
Right.
without having at least 4, which makes sense because they're
Right.
hard with 4 people.
Yes, yeah. So, I mean, that is something that I also think it took people by surprise that they basically have to be in a group, and
Yeah.
it match makes you pretty fast right now. I just don't know how many people are going to stick around.
Yeah, I hope the game stays, current because I like the bones that are there.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
too. It just needs more content. It needs more stuff to do, because I did start hitting the wall of like where everything was really repetitive.
Right.
And that's fine, but because it's still fun and I'm having a blast playing with friends. So that's pretty much all I'm playing, I think.
Sweet.
Yeah, I ordered a couple new games for my Switch. Haven't come in yet. I got one from.
I ordered the limited run edition of Toe Jam and Earl.
Oh, did you?
Ooh.
I thought about it, but
Nostalgia. I couldn't pass it up. I was like, nah, I want it. So
I thought about it, but I just didn't have the hyper nostalgia for Toe Jam and Earl. There's others that I'd be more interested in seeing come around again.
that just like brings me back. Like that was one of the first games me and my brother played together, like on Sega Genesis. Like
Right.
you know, and that it has like, you know, online and we can play together, you know, on Switch. It just, I don't know, it's exciting.
That's cool.
It is. Yeah, that is cool. So, I think that is pretty much all I'm playing. I mean, I did kind of play a little bit on mobile. I did play Super Mario Run a little bit when I had a few minutes here and there, but I didn't play anything else. And like Kathy said, now that she's played Dragalia Lost, I've got to play some too, because I did promise I would play that once we got back into that.
Oh, I did kind of get to play something the other night.
What?
I got to play Troll.
What is that?
Troll and I, that one?
No, I got
Time
to
out.
play this game called Troll, where I get on Twitch and I watch Kathy play Fortnite, and I just sit there and like fucking chat bomb her room and be a complete dick.
Damn it! I was hoping you'd forget.
I've been playing this card game. Me and my wife have been playing this card game called what is it called? Something unicorns. God, what was it? Give me a second, I'll tell you.
At least you came into our game that was entertaining, because
You talking about Unstable Unicorn?
Unstable unicorns. Yeah.
Okay.
That
That
game
is fun. I
that
have
game is
played-
so fun. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
got the expansion, two of the expansion packs. There's like a not safe for work pack, and Dragons expansion pack, and like the not safe for work pack comes with strip options and drinking options, which is pretty fun
Now, to be
to play
fair,
with your wife.
most every unicorn I've met has been reasonably unstable. Just saying.
But
So-
it's pretty fun. Like you build
Yeah.
up an army and try to destroy the other person's army.
It's like a strategic card game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's
Got to get
okay.
the strategeries.
Yeah. So I'm still trying to think of it. I know I've played some other stuff, but I just can't think of it off the top of my head. I think I did throw on my 3DS once or twice, but didn't really get much farther in anything on there. So before we get into news, I think that's what we're going to do in the back half, right, Larry?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I was going to say, is there anything like upcoming that people are interested in? Because we've been up for a week or so I know there's a lot of new stuff coming out or upcoming. Is anybody excited for anything that they haven't got yet?
Go
There is,
ahead.
but there's some stuff though that it more qualifies for the news section than anything
Okay.
else. So
Okay.
The beta for Division 2 comes
Yeah, I
out
was
on the
gonna say.
first.
I was going to say that in a couple of days.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to try that.
I heard first opinions on that game have been very divided.
You going to see what a real government shutdown looks like?
Yeah, that one went over well. That was almost
I know,
as good as
right?
10 years of passion.
Yeah, exactly.
God, that was one of my favorite fuck ups of all time.
Yeah, there's
Raise your hand if you're not familiar with that epic blunder, because that's a great story.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Oh
Alright,
my
Go ahead,
God.
Larry. Say it before.
Josh, do you know this one?
I might know it. Just you. I think I might.
So- A number of years ago, for the 10th anniversary of the PlayStation brand, Sony ran an ad that ran exclusively in Rome in print. And it had the caption on there, celebrating 10 years of gaming passion. And it had some gamer looking dude, scraggly motherfuck, with a crown of thorns on his head.
Oh my
It
god.
had the square, circle, X, and triangle weaved into the thorn.
Oh no.
Yeah, that went over great. That was almost
Wow.
Fire your marketing director. Like,
put it right up there with the ads for the PSP White that had the picture of the white chick like looking down at the black woman, grabbing her by like the chin and forcing her to look up, something like, White is Better. That was
Oh,
on
yeah, I
film.
remember
Oh
that.
my God.
Oh,
I was like,
God.
man, how do you keep getting away with, like, do you not have a PR department, or are they just, like, fucking asleep at the wheel?
Well, the person got fired after the Crown of Thorns incident, and they never replaced him. It's like any idea
Apparently.
that, yeah.
God damn.
I think that thing is so divisive that that you mentioned it now. I don't even think you can find it online anymore. A picture of it.
It's gotta be somewhere.
I bet you they scrubbed the crap out of that because no one
Nah,
even brings
man,
that up anymore.
It's the fucking internet. It has to exist.
Maybe.
Now, the internet is forever. You can't get rid.
Well, while we look this up, I think it's probably a good time to take a break.
Yeah, I'm totally searching for this shit right now.
All right, let's break.
Found it!
Oh, jeez.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Yoshi Yak. I am Eddie V. I apologize once again that I cannot be on the show due to work purposes, but I kind of want to let you guys know what I've been up to and just a few things for this episode. Well, first off, it is sad that Reggie Fils-Aimé is leaving Nintendo. He is part of Nintendo for the last 15 years, and because of his dedication and actually helping Nintendo get into a better place, he's going to be missed, definitely from me. We still all miss Iwata, and we still kind of feel his presence being gone in a way for some people, but not having Reggie there and with people calling him the Nintendo dad, I think he kind of earned his retirement. He's been in the press and doing these things for years, even before Nintendo, and it's going to be sad to see him go. I do believe that Doug Bowser probably will continue that legacy. Definitely in the Nintendo Directs, it's going to be hopefully we see him putting himself out there, really speaking to media. If he does do the Nintendo Directs, sometimes being goofy, I would love to see more of that. But I'm going to give Doug Bowser the benefit of the doubt that he'll do fine. Nintendo will definitely be fine, but Reggie, eating the donuts, dancing with the watch and stuff, and fighting Iwata for the Smash on Wii U reveal trailer. Just all the stuff that he has done, and whether you think he was good or he wasn't good at his job, he was the face of Nintendo of America, and he would truly be missed. And with that said, I'm going to get into games that I've been playing. So, for Nintendo Switch, Guacamelee 2, Fire Emblem, started up Final Fantasy 9, working on that. Still playing a little bit of Daemon X Machina, and I still hold to the flying is better than Anthem's flying, which I'm going to talk a little bit later, but not so much Daemon X Machina, more about Anthem and Crackdown 3. I'll talk about that later. And some indie games on there. I think Fair Room is the name of it. I apologize, everybody. I don't have my Switch with me to make sure that I got the names right and everything. But Blossom Tale, I'm playing, and just a whole bunch of stuff on Switch. Definitely trying to get ready for Yoshi's Crafted World for later on in the month. For PlayStation 4, Secret of Mana and Final Fantasy 12. Almost done with those games, so I'm going to wrap those up, and Ni no Kuni 2, and then I'll be jumping into some other stuff later for that. For Xbox One, Crackdown 3, I actually have an official review on there, so if you guys want to check it out, it's on ngrradio.com. You can hear read my thoughts and what review I gave it, what score I gave it. Also been playing Anthem on Xbox One, and really enjoying the game. Really loving the fights. Flying around is okay and stuff, but this is where the Yoshi Yak part comes in now. So, and it kind of deals with, like I said, deals with Crackdown 3 and Anthem. So, there's been a high expectation placed on both of these games, and what I want to talk about is letdown. Let me break down the word of letdown. It is a noun, and I'm going to give just 3 definitions for it because they all 3 apply to different things. So, the first one is a decrease in volume, force, energy, etc. And some of the examples is a letdown of sales, a general letdown of social barriers. Number 2 is disillusionment, discouragement, or disappointment. The job was a letdown. The last one is depression and deflation. He felt a terrible letdown at the end of the play. So, and they have other definitions, but it kind of doesn't apply to what I'm talking about. So, letdown. A lot of people feel like Anthem and Crackdown 3 were a letdown. And we can't use if you delay a game, it's going to make it a better thing. A delay game and stuff. And I gotta say that with Crackdown 3, starting with that, I think the game is not a letdown. I actually think the game is fun and kind of a must-have. Because it puts you into a zone, and it's a pure video game where you're just having fun. You're fighting bosses and enemies. If you have a friend, you guys are in co-op, it's good having discussions, good jumping around, getting these orbs, working together to take down these organizations, and it's really fun. Like, it's not a letdown to me personally, but it's a letdown to a lot of people because they say that, it feels like the first game brought it to the next generation. Or reincarnated in a sense. And because I didn't play Crackdown 1 or 2, I own Crackdown 1, but I haven't really fully played it and finished the game. I'm probably going to go back and do that. I feel like Crackdown 3 had, because of so many delays for it and so many changes, I think it didn't meet everybody's expectations. And when the game doesn't meet your expectation, you get that feeling of a letdown, that disappointment. If a game, does sell a lot, but the marketers or the company don't see that it reached the sales expectations, they proclaim it as a letdown. Case in point, for this modern age and for what's going on, Battlefield 5 sold 7.3 million copies, but because it didn't sell 8.3, it was a disappointment. It was a letdown to EA, in that sense. And people are weirded out by that, but it's something that's kind of weird. For us, it was a letdown when Breath of the Wild got delayed, or when we heard that we're not getting Metroid Prime 4 no time soon. It was a letdown to us because we see some this news and stuff. But definitely with Metroid Prime 4, we now know that our letdown kind of got turned around when they announced it for not announced it for Switch, but they announced that Retro was working on it, and that's good. That's a good thing. So those are kind of examples of letdowns and stuff. When it comes to Anthem, though, because of the demos having a bad taste in people's mouth, or saying that people weren't eating it up, nobody was taking this in and quite enjoying it because of the server issues and stuff. When the game officially came out and the PC version was out, people who got finished with the PC started talking about it, and definitely journalists, when they kind of feel like it's a letdown in the sense that it feels like basic Destiny or vanilla Destiny when it first came out, and people thought that they were going to get a fuller experience with it. Now, they say the shooting is good. I agree. The flying is good. That depends on how you look upon it and stuff. but people are let down, and definitely people in the UK. We just seeing that they dropped the price down and stuff to help raise sales, and EA has done this with Mass Effect Andromeda and stuff. So why is let down a thing in gaming? It's because we personally make it. If something doesn't meet just our expectations, when buying something, when renting something, or when streaming something, we feel this letdown. We feel this discouragement, and this disappointment. That we thought a company who is big in name didn't deliver the product that we were hoping to be better. Not saying that not being let down is always going to last with you and stuff, because it's not. I think sometimes when you hear word of mouth, that lets you down until you actually give it a try. And if you end up enjoying what you're playing and stuff, the letdown is kind of ease, kind of change your perspective. Because sometimes people are just like, oh, I'm like, can't believe BioWare did this to Mass Effect Andromeda. And then people start playing Mass Effect Andromeda, and whatever made them feel let down is gone. It kind of gets erased and stuff. So, it for some people, they need demos that work. And they need to have those demos to sell them on why they need to pre-order or purchase your game. If they could get satisfaction from an announcement, and they could get more satisfaction from a demo, I don't think we'll all be let down, or that person won't be let down when the official product release. And it's not guaranteed that that letdown is going to come through throughout the full game or just a certain section. But knowing this, I can say that Anthem and Crackdown 3, some people felt let down, but they didn't feel let down to me. We know that there's going to be a lot of games that will continue to let us down, and some companies that will let us down. But let's take a second back. Sometimes give a game a try or a rent, and then make our own opinion if it let us down or not. So everybody, with that, have a great week, have a great weekend, and please enjoy the show, and I will see you guys next time on the Yoshi Yak on World 11 Podcast. Bye, everybody.
And we are back from a glorious break. And we're going to get into the news. So we're going to trot on over to the news desk, and Larry wants to do his little... Right?
No, because now you did it. I don't have to.
I like that. That was really good.
Okay, so we're going to talk about first, because, we have a real resident Fortnite player here. We're going to talk about Fortnite revenue dropping nearly 50% in 1 month. That happened to be...
That was January, though.
That was January.
Holy crap.
So, Kathy, what are your thoughts?
Not surprised. There wasn't a lot to offer in the item shop. A lot of returning items. I think a lot of the people have bought most of the items in the item shop. There wasn't much there to pique people's interest. Nothing really new, especially for the month of January.
Right.
There wasn't much. The season is a lot longer. Even though it was 10 weeks for the challenges, the season is not officially ending. We're recording this Wednesday night. The season ends at 3:00 a.m. Central Time, Thursday, so tomorrow. So it's a longer season than I've seen with some of these other games. So it does not surprise me. Plus, so I don't think it's the fact that people jump to Apex, because Apex is also free. Fortnite is free to play. The only thing would be is the cosmetics. And if you're not going to offer new stuff, and everybody already has the stuff that you're offering, you're not going to gain any more revenue. So they did add some stuff in February, some new skins and some new I'm trying to think of what the word is, some new incentives that I'm sure those numbers will climb back up in February.
Right.
The only thing that'll be interesting to see is the fact that since the since season 8 starts on the 28th, usually they get a lot of revenue from their battle pass, which is about $10. So if you times that by how many millions of people play and purchase the battle pass, well, excuse me, they did something the last couple of weeks where they had what was called the overtime challenges, and if you completed them, you get a free battle pass for season 8. So a lot of people, and they were easy challenges. There wasn't really much to it. You just had to complete them before the end of the season. So, we all did it. It'll be interesting to see how that affects their numbers for February, especially considering with the battle pass coming out at the end of the month. So I don't think, people are, I know we talked about in chat, is this Fortnite dying? No, it's not. It's just, that's the way the season's been. I think they're having a hard time coming up with new skins that people, because you're seeing a lot of repeats of the skins that are in there. Not everybody wants to buy. I mean, there's a lot of skins I don't have. I'm not somebody who needs to buy all of them. So you buy the ones that you like. The same with the emotes. So
do you think they're just hitting like a creative wall a little bit?
I think so. There's only so many different things you can do each season, and the map really changes, but it hasn't. It's not a brand new map. Now, there's been things happening in game. It'll be interesting to see what's going on. One of the forest area is basically turned completely brown, as if it's either been lit on fire or it's fall. So who knows what's happening? Cracks have appeared. I'm wondering if they're going to. It'll just be interesting to see when I wake up in the morning what changes have occurred to the map, because that's going to be the first thing that happens.
I think Apex has got to be digging in a little bit.
Yeah, I think so
it,
too.
Especially because it's new, right?
Right.
And Apex offers something that Fortnite doesn't. I like Apex more. To me, Apex so far has been one of the best Battle Royale-esque games in a while, because Fortnite's good. I don't hate it. It's just not for me, right? And the thing that Apex does really well is they tie in team dynamics, really, really well. And instead of it being 4-player, it's 3-player teams. I don't know. I really like the way that Apex is going. I don't think that it's really putting Fortnite in danger. I just think Fortnite's been around for a long time at this point, and like you said, they're probably hitting a bit of a creative wall. They're not coming up with a lot of new stuff, and it's probably a good thing that Apex is out, because it's going to push them to have to innovate again.
Right, but I want to point out that Apex came at the end of January, so that's why I will be more interested to see how they did in February, because Apex is more end of January, beginning of February. That's where we'll see if Apex had an effect on Fortnite's revenue, because Apex was not out in January, so this is looking at the entire month of January, and having played it regularly, I can tell you they really hit a wall. So I think that's what caused January. We're going to have to wait and see in February what Apex did. Now, having played both Apex and Fortnite, here's where, yes, Apex is a really good Battle Royale game, but I don't feel the need to spend money in Apex. And I think that's where I think Apex is going to go down. Whereas in Fortnite, I kind of feel like spending the money there because I want to get the different skins. I don't know why. There's that fun aspect to it. And I'm not necessarily buying the skins. I'm getting it for the Battle Pass. I'm getting it for the cosmetics. Apex does have the cosmetics, but I can get them for free. And they don't feel like I need to really spend the money to get them. I mean, that game is not it's not about the cosmetics for me. It is about the gameplay. So I mean, because you can get different costume colors and variations of each of the characters, which you can spend on.
Apparently, they made quite a bit of money in their first month.
Which wouldn't surprise me is that I could see people wanting to getting stuff, but I have different cosmetics, and I got them all just by playing the game and leveling up.
Yeah, exactly. Same.
So,
I got a really cool sniper skin in my third playthrough.
Yeah, and they don't have a battle pass or anything yet.
Nope.
No. So
but that's coming.
yeah, and if they have that coming, that's when I think we'll start to see that change. But their skin selection isn't as, I think, as it's not. It does. I don't feel that need. Whereas with Fortnite, I felt like, oh, that's really cool. I want that. The other stuff just seems very basic. Now there are two characters that can be unlocked. I think that's where a lot of people spent their money, was getting the points to be able to unlock the 2 extra characters. But again, I don't need to. The more I play, I'm building up my points, I can unlock them. Now it's going to take a little bit longer, it'll take the grinding, but I don't have that feel like I need to spend money on Apex to be able to play the game and really enjoy it. They do a lot of things right. I'll tell you, I'll go between Apex and Fortnite. I love the ping system because I don't have to talk to anybody in Apex. That is the best thing ever. And sliding is so much fun. I'll forget. I'll do that in Fortnite. Like I'll ping, or I'll try to ping everything, and it's like, God, why can't we do this in Fortnite? I want to try sliding. Can't do that. I wish we could run faster. There are definitely a lot of good things in there. It's just first-person shooters are difficult for me to play. But yeah, February will definitely determine whether or not Apex Legends is having an effect on Fortnite. And I do expect to see Fortnite having lost more revenue in February due to no battle pass for people to have to pay for, and people going over to Apex. But that's pretty much it.
So Kathy, I have to ask.
Yes.
You said one of the things that you like about Apex is the ping system, so you don't have to talk to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
If one of the benefits is not talking to people, why in the hell do you play nothing but multiplayer?
In what?
Like everything. Apex, Fortnite. You literally said that one of the benefits to this game is that it has less of a multiplayer component and less interaction with other people by not talking to people.
Because I can focus on the gameplay, and in my case, since I suck, and honestly, the minute somebody hears that I'm a girl on Apex, they freak out. I'm serious. I've noticed the changes.
Xbox Live days, back when Xbox Live
I'm serious.
was...
They say, oh God, I can hear it. The minute they hear, oh, it's a girl. I've had people hit on me, and I've had people say, God damn it, get out of our game. So, I mean, and then I've had the people who've been really friendly. Now, I do have the push to talk, so I do communicate, but really that game you don't need to communicate till you get into the later stages. Whereas with Fortnite, I've made friends with these guys, and I know them, so it's a little different.
Yeah.
I don't, when I play by myself, when I do some of the squads, I don't talk. I don't play the random squads when I'm streaming, but when I'm on the random squads, I don't talk to anybody. I mute my mic. I don't talk to anyone.
I mean, I know people that play multiplayer games don't even plug in a mic. So
yeah.
They just refuse to do it. So I'm not one of those people, but I usually don't talk either unless somebody talks to me. So I got you.
So it's just, but also
I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, it is kind of strange. You're right.
But those are the only multiplayer games I play.
I hate talking to people. The only thing I like to play is multiplayer.
Oh, actually I like platformers better. So those are the games I like to play. But
it's fair. So we're on board with this. So we'll be watching this because next month will be interesting.
Yeah.
So now we'll go into some Nintendo news.
I want to ask Kathy something here.
Okay, ask her again. Ask her.
No, she raised it, and I wonder if it's just not on her radar. Because Kathy says she likes platformers, and you seem to have a penchant for this whole multiplayer thing, including not really having to talk to people per se. I'm just curious, how do you have any history with Maple Story?
No, I do not.
Really?
No. I know of it, never played it.
I would give it... the original Maple Story, I think, finally stopped, but they've gone on to Maple Story 2. Last I saw, it's been a long time. I kind of look at it from the outside these days, from the distance, but I believe they're on to Maple Story 2 these days, and if it's anything even close to the original Maple Story, I would give it a solid recommendation for you. Side-scrolling MMO RPG platformer combat-y thing. Super cute, really colorful, adorable, and actually was a shit ton of fun.
Yeah.
So, it's worth throwing up on your radar.
Oh, I'll take a look at it. I'm just
That's
shy.
great.
I'm seriously shy. It takes me a while. And besides, okay, here's the difference between Fortnite and Apex. I'll go back to this for a second. With Fortnite, I know what I'm doing, and I definitely feel more confident. So I have no problems talking to people because I know how to play the game. Apex, I still don't know what I'm doing, and I shoot like shit. I cannot kill anybody for the life of me. So until I can get
because murder is bad, Kathy.
so until I can get better at
And
the
once
game,
you break that seal, yeah, it's it's
I
hard to
will
go
be
back.
I will be much better once I get back into the game. And I do have friends from Fortnite who do play Apex, so when I get into games with them, there's definitely the talking. But yeah, without knowing people, I don't want to talk to them, especially if they're going to call me a bitch and some other choice words. And again, not everyone. It's not everyone, but I've had too many interactions with people who've been really mean because I can't play.
It's just the internet.
It's not even all of the internet. Shut up, Larry.
All right.
You know what? Go away.
Yeah, I think we'll
All right,
we'll be
fine.
watching
Sorry.
that. We beat that one to death.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, Josh.
It's okay. We're coming up to Larry's story eventually. Here, you'll come back.
I know.
Okay,
people.
so so we're gonna go to some Nintendo news, and just the first thing I think this was like about a week ago, but Nintendo America's president, Reggie Fils-Aimé, he's retiring in what was it, mid-April? I think they said like April 15th or
Yep. The
like tax day.
Yeah, I know.
Gander and meat.
So he's had it. What do you guys think about it? I mean, any
Not
thoughts at all?
surprised. Not surprised.
all meat has an expiration date.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not shocked, I guess. I mean, Reggie, I don't have anything against him. He's just very, like...
He's like a very corporate yes man.
Yeah, he's so, like... He's like a cardboard cutout. Like, when I think of,
I know.
like,
I know.
what, like, a rep looks like, it's Reggie. Like,
Yeah.
I close my eyes, it's Reggie. Like, I don't care if you're trying to sell me Xanax, alright? It's Reggie. Alright? He's just so, like at the Game Awards, he was so, like... He just looks dead inside of me. He's a robot. Like, he's not excited. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sad for him, I guess.
He's not sad.
I don't care. Like,
Well, I mean, the guy's put in his time. you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
And
That's about the length of these corporations. They usually say only about 15 years. Some of them. I mean, that's what I noticed.
yeah, I mean, still
It's not like
Nintendo has a history of their keeping their presidents even at the main office in Tokyo for a long time.
But that's
So
that's Tokyo. That's
but
Japan.
that is-
Different culture.
yeah,
I'm saying I've noticed more in here. They don't. I mean, just in general here in North America, they
well, right.
in
but
all of them they don't stay as long.
Nintendo is more because they are a Japanese company, where they're kind of doing something similar to kind of different than Sony's doing. I think honestly, Nintendo like Sony of America, is taking over pretty much Sony's deal. So it's kind of like because they're doing it right. We got the most sales here and everything like that. So, but I think it's more interesting. This guy replacing him is named Doug Bowser.
makes sense.
Bowser.
I mean, seriously, his name is Bowser. I mean, okay, nobody finds that funny.
I
mean,
do.
it-
I
I
do.
thought it
Makes
was
sense.
great.
I thought Larry was going to say something about it, but he didn't.
No, I was just gonna let it go.
Okay.
I'm just saying that I will forever appreciate as much as Yeah, he's kind of Reggie was always kind of the gentle giant. I wouldn't go as far as yes man, but Reggie was at least the face of a company who, unlike everybody else, would look at what was going on around him in terms of just culture and realize that his face had become fucking part of it, and instead of refusing to even acknowledge the joke, he'd turn around and fucking lean into it and go, I'm a meme. I wonder what other weird shit I could do.
Yeah. Well, he's a good guy. I mean, I don't have a role.
Yeah, I don't have anything against
That man had the power of the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does understand how to leverage pop culture and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
it is
Which
good.
is
It's fun,
which is what Nintendo needed, I think, at that moment.
especially
Like,
through the Wii U days
Oh,
when
yeah.
Right.
the darkness.
The
we'll
Dark
call it.
Ages.
Yeah.
I still like my Wii U, but
Oh, it's one of the best consoles, I believe. I mean, It's going to be highly collectible too.
But
GameStop's running a banging deal on Wii U's refurbished right now.
Refurbished? You mean just like wiped down with a wet cloth?
$160 for a refurbed Wii U with like 3 sizable multiplayer games, including Splatoon.
It's not bad.
No, it's not a. It was actually. I looked at it. I don't remember what the other 2 games were, but I remember looking at it thinking that's actually a pretty fucking solid deal.
One of their blast from the past bundles or whatever they call them.
Yeah, it was
That
all like
far in the
multiplayer
past.
centric.
Well, it is the past, yeah.
Not that much.
No, but ever since, you know, we got like Super Smash for Switch, then I think people have been trading in their Wii U's like hotcakes, so they probably got a lot of them.
There was a
So.
second there where Wii U's were selling for a dumb amount of money.
Yes, I know. They were like over 300, 400 bucks
Yeah.
for used ones. So,
Vegeta popped up and just started screaming, "It's over 9,000."
Yeah, I was considering selling mine during that time because I was like, man, that's a good amount of money for something I barely play. But I was like,
Okay.
yeah, I'll wait and see if it goes up, and then it just went down. I was like, damn it.
yeah,
Should've
that
sold-
was when it was hot. You should have sold it. Yep. So okay, so then the next one, it's a rumor mill, but it's been making the rounds between all over the place, which is that Microsoft and Nintendo are in talks to bring, first of all, Ori in the Blind Forest, Cuphead, the Switch, and possibly the Game Pass app to the Switch, so you could stream Game Pass games to your Switch. So, I mean, personally for me, it's like a win-win for both people. It's like basically Microsoft's handheld, if
Right.
that everybody's been wanting for years. And then Nintendo will finally have some decent online because it'll be connecting right to live, so you won't have to go through Nintendo's infrastructure at all.
Yeah, that would be great.
Because when it's an app, it goes right through. It just bypasses everything and goes through Xbox Live.
That would be great, yeah, because they're online shit. Although, fuck Cuphead. Like, I'm putting that out there right now.
You don't like that?
No, I hate Cuphead. You know what? Like, and not because, like, the gameplay or anything like that. The game's beautiful, the gameplay's fun. Just, like, fuck that they don't have online. Like, I get that they want to, like, have the couch co-op, and, like, that's great, but, like,
Did
you,
did you,
dude.
But did you read why they didn't do that?
I don't
First of-
care why they
well,
didn't do
well,
it.
there's 2 of them doing it, so it's a resource issue. Plus, it was a lag issue. They couldn't get it. People would, the person that was online, when you're online, it was a lag issue with.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it
But
out.
you still
okay?
got it though, right?
No,
Oh,
didn't.
Okay. I did.
I-
so
I was.
for $20, it's a steal. I
I was
couldn't believe it.
too mad about it because, like, I wanted to play it with my brother because, like, the only person
Right.
that's gonna play like a hard platformer with me is gonna be him, and like he bought it thinking that we could play together, and he was like, "Oh shit, this doesn't have online." I was like, "What?" So yeah, no,
Okay.
thank you.
I just think it's a gorgeous game, fun game.
Yeah,
Even by yourself, it's fun.
I'm not taking that away from it. I'm just saying,
Yeah. Oh, you want online?
It's not what you wanted.
fuck them for that.
Because they did, and I do have to admit, it was kind of deceiving because
Yeah.
they just said, "Oh, you can play with a friend."
Right.
they never
like, they didn't
said-
say that it was
Wasn't online.
only couch co-op
Right.
until after the game like was out. People were like, why can't I play this online?
Right.
So yeah,
I'm a firm believer in couch co-op over online any day, though.
sure. I mean,
Yeah.
when you have people to play with, that's
Right.
great. But when your people that you play with live 1,400 miles away from you.
And that's where I'm at too, because some of my best friends are still in Minnesota and I'm in Florida, so it's 1,600 miles, and that's how we play a lot of games now.
yeah.
I
Well,
was, no, go ahead.
I would say, well, Dylan, you never call me up and say, "Hey, you should come over and play some Cuphead with me."
Well, you're welcome to come over anytime you want. I'll give you a call next time I'm feeling like playing some Cuphead. I do want to get in touch sometime and play Starlink though, because like I've been wanting to
Fuck
try
yes.
the game out.
Get your ass over here.
So we'll have to get together sometime.
I don't disagree.
Okay, so are we done with that? You guys got anything more to add about that?
I don't know. I stipulate that. Bear in mind that if and when it doesn't happen, don't everybody get all fucking butthurt about it, because guess what? Even though it's being repeated
Yeah, it's a rumor.
constantly,
Yeah.
it is still a fucking rumor.
And
You
it's-
cannot
yeah.
will it into existence. That's not how this shit fucking works. Because I'm telling you, every time this shit comes up and somebody starts going, well, I heard this, and then it gets repeated enough, and then everybody just starts forgetting that, oh yeah, that's a rumor, and then it doesn't fucking happen, and everyone gets all fucking butthurt because they didn't, announce this thing that everybody knew, was coming. And it's like, no, you didn't know fucking shit. You listened to like one person get repeated constantly, and you fucking lost sight of it. Fucking figure it out, bud.
Yeah, that's our disclaimer for that.
Yeah.
And then, but this is not a rumor, so we'll go to this before we go to Larry's favorite story. That Capcom is, they're on the eShop right now. You can actually pre-order Resident Evil, Resident Evil 0, and Resident Evil 4, but they are $30 a piece. So, what's your thoughts on that? And would you be picking them up at $30 a piece?
That seems a bit high.
I mean, to take your Resident Evil on the go with you.
Maybe 4.
Yeah, I would give
I think
4, but
Maybe
not.
4.
I think even 30
Is the
too
new
high.
2 gonna be on there?
No,
No.
it's Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil, and Resident Evil 4.
So not even like a remastered Resident
Nope.
Evil.
No.
I have
Fuck
0
that.
and
Maybe
Well, I think
4.
it is the first one, isn't it? The remastered one,
I don't
the
know.
one from the GameCube days.
yeah, I believe
Is
so.
it?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I thought
it
it was. I thought it was. I thought it was the GameCube one. And that's why I would never buy them, is I already have them on the GameCube.
is. Right. As do I. And my
But I've
thought,
never played 4, so
yeah, 4 is worth it. Especially if you've never played it, and you want to play it on the Switch.
but I'm horrible at shooting, so I'm gonna.
This is a third-person shooter. It's not first.
I know, but
Yeah, and
But
you're not
they're
even supposed
scary
to run
people.
and shoot at the same time.
Yeah, you
You're
can.
Scary.
supposed to just stand still and shoot.
they're scary people who will
And
come
they're-
out and jump at me and
Not
make me
enough-
go, ah.
Not enough
Not as
bullets. either.
scary as Dead Space.
Oh man, I love Dead Space.
Fuck yes, Dead Space.
I love Dead Space.
Who doesn't
I
love
can't
fucking
even
Dead
handle-
Space?
I don't.
Do you have like a
But I
decent
don't count.
PC, Larry? We should play some Dead Space online, some Dead Space 3 together. So
I've
good.
got it on my 360.
Oh man, have you played 3?
You can play it on the one.
No, I played all the way through 1. I played part way through 2, and I never quite got to 3. I wasn't.
3 is good.
Especially
I was
the co-op.
excited.
You
It's
play
a
with somebody. Yeah,
prospect
play with somebody.
And then I got upset because I saw enough of 3 before playing it that you could distinctly tell where EA fucking sank its fucking fangs into it and started
Dude,
ruining some shit.
The online, the co-op story in that game is
great.
amazing.
It's great.
Okay.
It is amazing. Like
Worth the playthrough.
there's moments in that game that you're playing, especially if you're not playing on the same screen with another person, that you're just like, I don't want to spoil it, but like there's a part where like you're walking through and like as another player you're seeing a bunch of shit that the other
Okay.
person isn't seeing.
So once they're doing the Kane and Lynch thing.
Yeah,
Yes,
but like
yeah.
it's so like I was shooting at shit like that wasn't there. Like it was insane. Like that. Oh man, that game is so good. So good.
I still firmly believe we should get a Dead Space collection on Switch.
Oh, that would be great.
Like,
It's
pretty please.
really
I
too
don't
bad
think
that
it has
Visceral is closed.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so that's not going to happen. I mean, you can play it on the Xbox One with back compat. So,
Yeah.
if you got the disc or if you just got it downloaded, you can just download it. So, all right. So, last and Larry's favorite, Hollow Knight has gotten, instead of a new DLC, was announced a whole new game, Hollow Knight Silksong, which is starring Hornet, which is going to be some really interesting gameplay. So I know Larry's really excited about this because we all love Hollow Knight, except maybe not Eddie, and he's not here, so screw him. So he hasn't played it yet because he's waiting for the physical. He's waiting for physical.
Why?
Because he's waiting for physical. That's Eddie. So.
God, what a snob.
See,
all right, Eddie, I said that.
I'd like to take a moment here to point out that this is part of a fundamental flaw with the eShop on Switch right now, is that I cannot buy and gift somebody a fucking game.
Really? You can't gift?
Not that I'm aware of.
I think you can if you go
on the
website.
On the website, you can gift.
Yeah, I should be able to just do it from my Switch and my friends list, like I could with the Wii.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, we had this 10 years ago. Not hard. Like, that's how I got my old roommate to fucking pick up and play some shit that I knew he'd like, and he's like, oh no. I'm like, I will fucking buy you a copy here.
Right.
Just fucking send it to him.
Right.
Bring that back. Seriously.
Yeah, they don't make it easy to take your money sometimes, but then on other times, they'll sell you Mario Brothers 12 times, but they won't sell you, just to gift somebody.
Like, I'd buy Mario Brothers a 13th time if I could give it away to somebody. Fuck!
Right, I hear you. So what are we thinking about? I mean, you guys, they had a really awesome reveal trailer, and they haven't really said much more than that.
No, they did actually, because aside from the reveal trailer, there was like a 20-minute dev doc talking about how basically what happened, because Silksong, like you said, the Hornet DLC was supposed to be just that, DLC. It was part of the Kickstarter stretch goal, and it was the last one, and it was that if they got there, that they would add an extra playable character, which got decided was going to be Hornet. And somewhere along the way, working on this, it just got to be too fucking much. And they're like, yeah, this isn't DLC anymore. This is a whole different game. Fuck it. And so I'm personally, my mental analogy here is that Silksong is to Hornet Knight as Spectre of Torment is to Shovel Knight.
Okay.
Because you've got all new levels, recognizable character part of the story, but you're playing as that character instead in a different point as well.
In a whole new area, supposedly.
Yeah. They were saying too that one of the big things here is that part of the basic theme of Hollow Knight, which is literally so broad that it's one of those things you almost don't really think about as a theme, is just digging downward. Because you start that game literally at the top of that map, and you start working your way down and down and down and down overall. And Silksong is going to have you going the other direction. You're making your way up this what is it, mountain cat something or other, but you're basically starting at the bottom and working your way back up, or working your way up. And so, as I'm really curious to see, because as Hollow Knight kind of got darker, the deeper down you went, things started a little on the kind of gloomy side with the crossroads. But I mean, once you broke into Green Path, you had some areas that really livened up color-wise, but man, that palette started getting real grim the deeper down you went, into fucking Hallow Nest and into the Void Well and everything else, and so I'm really curious to see if maybe we're going to start with kind of some of the more muted earthy tones and then really brighten up and pop as we climb and as we ascend as Hornet. And the other thing too that really kind of pumps me here is that looking at the trailer for Hornet here for Silksong, is that Hornet moves in a significantly different way than than the Traveler or the Vessel or the Knight or whatever you want to call him at this point. But much quicker, much more fluid movement. Seems a little more on the uptick on combat. Healing is, if you didn't catch it, healing is a completely different ball game with Silksong too. There's a scene where Hornet heals herself, and as opposed to Hollow Knight where you had to stand still and find a place where you'd be okay for a couple seconds to rest and recover a single hit point, healing is like a snap reaction. It just happens. And one of the other just little minutia details is that instead of the Soul Vessel, there's what looks like kind of an auto-replenishing silk meter that kind of fuels her stamina and attack and a couple of other things, it looks like, too. So, really, really super fine detail that I thought was neat, too, that I saw pointed out somewhere, was that if you slow it down, if you watch it at just regular full speed, you'll almost never catch it. But if you slow it down, one of the scenes, one of the snippets where Hornet heals herself midair, you can see her pull out like a syringe and stab herself with a syringe filled with what looks like the lifeblood from Hollow Knight, the blue lifeblood.
Oh yeah, okay.
Fluid, which if you dig into the lore of Hollow Knight, the Pale King viewed the lifeblood essence as like a big no-no thing.
Right.
Big forbidden fruit type deal, no, not okay type deal. So I'm really curious to also see too, where does this sit in the timeline, because it can't run parallel to Hollow Knight because Hornet was running around Hallownest the same time as the Knight. So this is either pre or post Hollow Knight, but it's not a parallel story.
Right, and then something really cool too. I don't know if you saw that on the to the people who actually backed it on Kickstarter. They're going to get a copy for free, and if they want it on Switch, they'll give them a code for Switch instead of PC that they originally got. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a fucking class act.
Yeah, it is. It is.
The only thing that vexes me a little bit here is that right now it's only slated for PC and Switch. Especially since they put it out, here just recently on Xbox One and PS4.
Yeah, but it came to those later too, so...
Granted, I would just think that at that point, you've probably figured out how to get your engine running and do the work, so why not run it out to all three at the same time? And it's not like they even put a fucking date on it yet.
No, I honestly think it just has to do with certification and all that.
It might.
They have to get each port ready, and it has to go through cert from each one, and...
Yeah.
Maybe Switch has or Nintendo has the rights to the first release of it. So.
Maybe they got some kind of exclusive deal, yeah. I don't know.
All right.
Because I know it sold as much on the Switch, as it did on, Xbox and PS4 put together or something like that. Some crazy number.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder how much of that, too, and just spitballing a thought here, I wonder how much of that simply has to do with delay. Because if you look, generally speaking, the Switch is kind of the universal almost anymore. At this point, you see households or gamers with, I got a Switch and an Xbox, or I got a Switch and a PS4, but the Switch is the universal bridge there. And so at that point, with it having been on Switch for as long as it was before it hit the others, I wonder how many of those people... that bought it on PS4 and Xbox One when it did finally come there, were just a handful of remnants left that didn't have a Switch to pick it up already.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I got it on Xbox One as well, right. And I just did because it was like $3 one time on a sale, so I'm like, why not?
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing about the Switch 2, as opposed to those two consoles, is to me anyway, the Switch is made for indies. I can, pick up and go. I can play it on my TV. It's just the perfect thing for a nice little indie game that I can play whenever the fuck I want. I don't have to jump into booting up like 18 things and getting everything going. It's just boop, turn it on. Oh, I feel like playing some Hollow Knight. I'm gonna play some Hollow Knight. Oh, I want to play some Stardew Valley. I can play some Stardew Valley. Like almost all my games on Switch are indie titles.
Sure.
But yeah, I wonder what those sales numbers, how it would have varied if it had hit Xbox, PS4, and Switch at the same time.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I still think Switch would have killed it.
I think Switch would have taken the lead on it, but I don't know that it would have been as substantial of a lead.
Okay, that's fair.
So, just observational at this point.
Yeah. So they're going to say more. They don't even have a release date. We don't have anything else. So we're patiently waiting more news for that. Does anybody else have anything else?
I don't know.
I think we went through pretty much everything you wanted to.
I think we did.
Pokemon.
Dylan. Oh, Pokemon.
Pokemans.
Dylan, your favorite Pokemon.
Get the Pokemon.
Was it Pokemon Sword and Shield?
Yeah, Pokemon Sword and Shield got announced earlier today, and the hype is real. I'm excited about it. I'm disappointed that they're going back to random encounters after Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. I'm excited to do battles with wild Pokemon again, but it would be nice if, like, I don't know if maybe just because Sword and Shield were already in development that, you know, they didn't do that, but most people I talk to are happy with the overworld from Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee.
Right.
So I would like to see that return in like the next iteration of whatever the next generation is. I don't know that they will, because a lot of like, you know, hardcore Pokemon people are like, no, that's not the essence of Pokemon. I'm like, dude, like, really? You want to walk around in a cave and get bombarded by Zubats every 4 steps? Like, that's what
Yes,
you want?
I do. Thank you.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. To me, it just seems like that would be the smarter play. It looks like the new region is based off of the UK, which seems pretty cool. You got 3 new starters, which are kind of similar to the last starters, or not last gen starters, the gen before that. Starters, which, I mean, is fine with me. Hopefully the fire starter's not fire psychic again, or fire fighting. I'd like to see, I mean, we got fire dark last generation, which was cool. I'd like to see, you know, I mean, firefighting is a really great combination, though, so, I mean, I wouldn't be super mad about it as long as it was better than Blaziken, which is, you know, probably the best firefighting starter Pokemon. It looks beautiful. I'm excited about it. You know, I'm interested to wait and see what more they have to say, but normally for the Pokemon, I try not to dig too deep into it, because I like to be surprised when I boot it up. It's like that little nostalgia itch to scratch. Like, every time, you know, I see a new Pokemon, I'm like, ooh, new. What's this? You know, what kind of type is it? You know, and go from there. The gyms are returning, which is exciting. And apparently it's supposed to be like one of the more harder Pokemons that has been released in a long time, because, you know, it's supposed to be for Pokemon fans that, you know, have been playing since the originals. So I'm excited about that. I'm hoping that they have like a built-in Nuzlocke mode, and I hope that you could skip like how to catch Pokemon, you know, because Pokemon has to tell you that every time. I'm like, dude, I know how to catch Pokemon. I've been playing since I was, you know, still wet in the bed. Like, let's
I don't see that happening. You've got how many people that are picking up a video game system for the first time, and how long with the Switch?
I just hope they give you the option.
It's
Like,
not going to happen.
I
Well,
just
they did
hope
it with
that
Breath
there's
of the Wild, so why wouldn't they do it with this one? I mean, they took their cues with Legend of Zelda. Why not do it with Pokemon? I
yeah,
think
just
they
give me
should.
the options. Like, oh, have you played a Pokemon game before? Yes. Okay, cool. Like, then you know what the fuck's up. And let's also throw in a Nuzlocke option.
All right, I'm going to start writing the script for the opening section of Sword and Shield right now. You wake up and you walk into the professor's lab, and the professor's like, "Have you played some Pokemons before?" And you're like, "Yes." And the professor says, "Fine, get your Pokemon, get the fuck out of my lab."
I would be happy with that. I'd be like, great. Let's go on the adventure. Like I said, I really hope that they throw in a Nuzlocke option. That would be cool. Because there was a fan-made Pokemon game, and they took it. They hit them with a cease and desist, but Game Freak hired.
Was
those
it
guys.
Uranium?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Game Freak hired one or two of those guys because it was actually really good.
Yeah.
And it had a built-in Nuzlocke. I'm just hoping that they have that because, once you beat the game, it's a fun way to retry the game on basically self-induced hard mode.
Yeah.
I hope they bring that back or bring that to this generation.
Sure.
The real
Right on.
hard mode is where you just automatically run into a Zubat every 2 steps.
That's I'm gonna throw this fucking game in the trash.
That's
Frustration.
Mode.
Yeah.
Oh,
one
come
in
on.
every 100 encounters is something other than a Zubat. But that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think I can make it
Fucking
through it.
endurance mode.
Yeah. That would be awful. So I'm like I said, I hope next go around they bring back the overworld because that was probably my favorite thing from Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee.
Yeah. That's what everybody that I hear, I haven't played it, but everybody that I hear say they love the overworld like that. So, where they can choose encounters and things like that.
Right.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
in a game where you're supposed to collect them all, let me find it and then catch it.
Right. Not just randomly happen upon it.
Right. Let me don't make me walk back and forth, a million times. Well, I mean, you still kind of had to do that, but it was a lot easier to find shit that you wanted to find in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. You didn't have to grind as much.
I have
Right.
questions here, actually.
Okay.
So, one, in about a year or so's time, what do we think the definitive version is going to be called? Because I've got options here. I'm thinking, it could be Flail, Mace, Morning Star. We could get the sequel, Bow and Arrow. There's so many good options here. Maybe I'm thinking maybe the definitive version is just called Club.
I don't
Stick.
know that they'll release a definitive version. They seem to do it every other, so I guess we are due for it. But I don't know that they will. I mean, they might. If they do, I'd be interested, to know what they would name it. Because I mean, you got Sword and Shield, maybe Armor. I don't know. I don't know what else you would call it, but.
Kathy, you all right over there?
Yeah, she looks like she's got something to say.
No, I'm good. I'm just shaking my head.
Second,
Yeah.
I really hope to God I'm not the only one that saw this and went, wow, we're really leaning into a theme here. Because we got, Pokemon Sword and Shield, and it's in the new region of Galar, which sounds an awful lot like Valor. I'm like, wow, we can already tell where this story element's going.
Maybe. I kind of hope that they dig into, the lore a bit, around the great Pokemon lore that a lot of games allude to, but are never
Right.
you never really get a whole lot of information about it. It would be cool, if this game explored that, and with a name like Sword and Shield, maybe they dig into that lore a little bit. That would be pretty dope.
Actually, that kind of brings me to the other thing that I was wondering on. I kind of wanted your thoughts on. So, given that we know that this isn't the giant all-region game that had some people had hoped for. Do you think maybe somewhere in the background they're having that conversation and going, okay, big MMO style Pokemon, all regions, ginormous thing, but maybe that's where they get into the Pokemon War, because that's like the big, huge worldwide thing.
Maybe. I mean, obviously, it's a dream that there's a Pokemon MMO in the works. I mean, I don't know. That's dangerous for me because I don't know that I would ever play anything else, like, or go to work or do anything. Like, that would be fucking amazing, you know. And I've been saying it for years that they should make an MMO, or, you know, at least, you know, do like a multi-region one like they did back with Soul Silver and Heart Gold, you know, or just regular Silver and Gold. Like that, you know, that was cool that you got to go back to a different region, you know, back to Gen 1, and do all that. It'd be cool if, you know, you could. It seems like they might be doing like a blend into the Kalos region a bit, because Farfetch'd, the little, or not Farfetch'd, Fletchling, the little, like Wind Dial was a Fletchling, which is exclusive to the Kalos region. So it would be cool if it tied in, and maybe you got to go back to Kalos, and, you know, to do that. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they did. You know, Pokemon's normally pretty good about keeping their cards tight to their chest, so to speak. I mean, and they might not, and I'm fine with that. Like, you know, as long as the game's good. But it would be cool to have, you know, more than 8 gems. You know, you're playing. You know, we're not playing on a 3DS. We're playing on a Switch. You know, a lot more powerful than a 3DS. The resources are there. So I will be disappointed if it's like a copy and paste, you know, with better graphics, you know, kind of thing. That's why I liked Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, because, you know, they're different. They're different, but they're familiar. You know, again, I wish that they had the battle system in there for, you know, wild Pokemon, but I didn't completely hate it.
My gut tells me you should probably be prepared to be disappointed then if you're hoping for something other than a copy-paste job with a new coat of paint.
Yeah, I think it will be probably that, but I mean, I can hope. You know, it won't be the first time the Pokemon Company has let me down, and it won't be the last time the Pokemon Company lets me down. But
when it happens, you got to promise to come hang out with me that day so I can sit here and savor your tears of disappointment.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I hope that it will have something more. I feel like it would be a pretty wasted opportunity for them to not, you know, take full advantage of it, even if it's like a DLC. You know, for the first time it becomes like a DLC. Like, hey, you know, just like Zelda had its first time DLC on the Switch, you know, maybe they're like, hey, you know, coming next year, you know, it'll be, you know, $15.99 for the Kalos region, blah 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 blah. Like, whatever, I'm buying it. I don't care. Take my money. So I don't know. I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic, and whatever happens, I know I'm going to enjoy it because it's Pokemon. Like, it's just a game that I love to play. The only one that, like, I didn't really care for was X and Y, or Black and White 2. You know, that's really the biggest one that I didn't like. You know, and even that one, I still caught all the fucking Pokemon. So
gotta catch all the Pokemon.
You know, it's yeah. I'm excited about it. I'm hopeful. I hope that they do more than just copy and paste. The map looks bigger than, you know, any other map. So I mean, that's a start.
I also thought it was interesting too. They managed to put that whole thing out without slipping out a release date. Or even a window?
Well, they said late 2019, so it will be
Yeah.
this year.
Christmas.
Yeah.
November.
November. It's
Mhm.
always
Nove-
November.
first Sunday in November or whatever when they release all their crap.
Uh-huh.
So
I don't know. I could see them getting ahead of it with this and going like late September.
That would be cool. I'd buy it.
Late September to mid-October. I can see that.
Dylan's buying it no matter what.
Yeah, I mean,
So's everybody.
Yeah, well, if you like Pokemon, you're gonna buy it. So they just need to put it out for people to get.
I'm predicting late September to mid-October on that.
I'm stick with November.
yeah.
All right, we'll come back to this.
We'll come
later
back.
this year then.
We'll come back. We'll find out. All right. Anything else? I think we touched on everything.
Yeah, I think that's
I
it.
know you touched me. I'm feeling very touched.
All right. On that note, you can find us where to find us again on Podbean, world11 all one word .podbean.com. You can find us on Spotify, Facebook, Twitter, our Twitch channel, of course, World11 Podcast, and YouTube, which we are constantly working on. At least I am. And I know Larry's adding videos every now and then when he does an unboxing and everything like that. So, all right. So I'd like to thank everybody, all these partners I have tonight. Larry, the Bearded Wonder, he's sitting in the corner there. Kathy. Dylan,
She's
even though we
hiding.
can't see him, he's here in spirit. The spirit of Dylan. And I'm Josh for this episode. See you guys later. Say goodnight.
Bye.
Peace.